Hello, hello, hello. Let's see how this thing is working. Hello and welcome. It's the first stream I've done for a little while, so forgive me if I'm all discombobulated here. Welcome. I am Josh, also known as Cpgeek, and I have been doing a whole bunch of 3D printing stuff on this channel for a while. I've been building a Voron V0, which is still ongoing, and I'll be doing some more streams about that very shortly. I built a Voron V2 on stream. That was about a year ago now, and I'm still debugging that. You'll probably get some more from me on that as well. So printing stuff is pretty awesome. I also do a whole bunch of computer build stuff here on the channel. I'm kind of a tech head, hence the Cpgeek. You can also find me at Cpgeek.org. That's where you can find the Discord, the website of stuff I have going on that really needs to be updated, but forgive me on that. But here we are today. We're going to be talking about the Creality K1 Max. So the Creality K1 Max is interesting because I didn't really want one up front. But I was going back and forth between building another Voron, like a Trident, or a another V2, but smaller. I was looking for something around the 300 millimeter size, and there was really great deal from B&H Photo Video. So 300 millimeter sized printer, that's full Core XY, and it does run Clipper underneath, and I'll be having some content about jailbreaking that very shortly. I don't think I'll be doing that today, as I want to leave it sort of as is stock out of the box. So I can get a feel for what it's supposed to be doing before I start messing around with stuff. Let's check out my desktop here. So this is the Creality K1 Max on B&H Photo Video, where I got it from. I am not affiliated with B&H at all. I should probably look into that, especially if I'm going to go spouting off about printers that they have for sale. But this is a really good deal that they've had. Instant savings $250, and I don't think that you can get a 300 millimeter Core XY printer below that actually works okay. Now, I have done some reading and watched some videos that some people have been having issues with the firmware, in that it likes to crash the nozzle into the bed. I've seen some stuff where the extruder isn't designed all that great, and some of the first generation units will require some replacements on that. There was a hot end problem on this printer, so I don't know what I'm going to get when I open my box, but these are all things to especially look out for, and I will be doing some checks on those as well. For what it's worth, from what I've read, Creality has been giving people pretty okay support in that they know about these early issues, and that all you really need to do is ask them to send you the replacement parts for the extruder and the hot end, and they appear within a week or so. So if that happens to me, it's not a huge deal. Further, I've also investigated some aftermarket upgrade options for hot end and extruder. There have been some projects online where people have built adapter plates for the extruders, so you can stick on a standard extruder like an Orbiter or an LGX or a Sherpa or any other kind of more standard extruder. This is a very modifiable machine, but one of the things about it is you shouldn't have to modify it. So this is an already built printer, comes out of the box. That's really strange to me because even my first couple of printers, I have a TiVo Tornado, which this is going to replace directly. I haven't used it some time because it's open and unenclosed and annoying to work with. It's also really old in terms of drivers and software and all that kind of stuff. So this is going to be hopefully the direct replacement for that. But yeah, so should be a great little printer. Shouldn't have to mess with it. It's really strange that it is pre-built, at least strange to me, as most of these printers, like the Tornado, I basically had to build from parts in a box. Even the Ender 3, which I have here, required some pretty extensive assembly in terms of if I were like a total noob in getting things set up. The instructions were okay, but it did take at least a couple of hours, and I'm a mechanically inclined person, to set that up. And then tuning was really annoying with both of those printers. It's actually a little bit easier to tune the V2, but that might also be due to my improved experience by the time I built that out. Anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and crack into that box and see what we get. So things are a little tight in my lab right now. So you'll have to bear with me. I'll have to walk in front of cameras in order to get stuff out and do all kinds of things. But first, let's go ahead and check this out. So I've got my my little portable table. This is the shakiest table that I own. Of course, for a Core XY printer, right? And I've got the box right there underneath it. And one of the things about this is it's about as heavy as my 350 millimeter V2. I tried to take it from the FedEx person who dropped it off, and I could barely carry it. It was rather heavy. I did not realize that going in. Hoping that once everything is out of the box, that there will be some separate components that will drop the weight considerably. Here's hoping. I don't know exactly what I'll find in the box. I've actually avoided unboxings, so I would come into this kind of fresh and give you guys my best first impressions. So without further ado, let me go ahead over there and start taking things apart. Of course, me being me, I did not plan this out ahead, and my box knife is who knows where. So I'm going to use a scalpel here very carefully to just undo some tape and get things going. But before I do that, I'm going to have to get this box out and slide everything over so I can actually get this stuff. If audio drops, I apologize. It shouldn't drop completely, but there may be a little bit of a reduction in volume just because I'm going to go a couple of feet away here from my normal workstation. So I'm going to increase the volume on the desk mic just a little bit to give us some more headroom here so you can hear me. And we'll move on over there. And I'm actually going to cut the background music as well, so you'll get a better chance of hearing me here. Let's cut soundtrack. Hi, Mom. Thanks for dropping by. Always awesome to see you here. So I'm just about to unbox the new Creality K1 printer here. As I walk in front of the camera. All right. Sorry about framing. I swear that things will get a little bit better as I put things on the table here. I'll move things around as well. All right. So first off, get a big ol' Fragile sticker there. Sorry, I don't mean to make anybody sick here. Got first bit of tape. Just set this like that. Be very careful here. It's an extremely sharp hobby knife. I did inspect this when it was dropped off, so that box is in pretty good shape. Right. I'm going to go ahead and cap that after each use. Hopefully I shouldn't have to use that too many times. Okay. So. It's fine. All right. So on the top, we have a foam piece. It looks like this is very well packaged. I've got some kind of packaging along the side here. It's a nice closed squishy foam. I think that this should arrive in one piece here. All right, so at the top we have manual, the K1 Max qualified certificate. We've got some stickers here, it looks like. That'll be kind of cool. I don't know if I'll use those on this printer or something different, but there's that. Go ahead and toss that on the end of my table there. Move this box out of the way. All right. So under this piece of closed foam is a piece of glass, it looks like. That'll be the top panel for our printer. Put that aside. And so I have these little thumb pieces on the sides here. So I'm just going to go ahead and remove these cardboard edge pieces here. That should allow me a little bit of wiggle room in order to lift things out. Okay, so those are gone. And I lift these side pieces out. Oh, okay. So this lifts off as one unit. And that is the top glass piece for that. I don't like that they used glass for this printer. It's not a problem per se, unless I make it one or something bad happens. But for a printer like this, I would like to see plexi used for all the surfaces. It doesn't shatter, it's easier to replace, and it's very well insulating. So is glass, but still. It's kind of like the difference between plexi and glass on a computer case. On a computer case, it almost makes sense so long as it's tempered so it doesn't shatter. But on a 3D printer, this is something that's basically a piece of small part industrial machinery. Yeah, I'd like to see them do this in plastic instead of glass. So I'm going to set this aside here. And looks like we've got the top of the machine itself. And it looks like the machine is free-ish, but there's still one more piece of padding on the side here. Go ahead and remove that. I think that's where the front door is, which is also glass, I believe. And then there's a bag. Okay. I should be able to lift the entire printer out using the bag. Hope. Although it is very, very heavy. So, what I think I'm going to do instead is, first off, let's go ahead and zoom out as far as I can go. And, can't set the edge of it on the table because the table will just flip over because it's a very light table. Let's try. Nope. All right, so the bag structural integrity will not allow me to lift the printer out by the bag. So I'm just going to have to get in there and lift it. Hopefully not break myself. This is probably a two-person lift, but I don't really have that luxury right this second. So I'm going to do what I can with this. I'm just trying to get purchase. I'm feeling the back side of the printer to see if there's handholds. I wish that there were handles on that. That would make things a whole lot better. Oops, I did it. Okay, so that wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. All right, so let's move this over this way so you can get a look at how things are going here. And go ahead and get rid of this bag. Right. I'm just going to fit this to one of the sides and move the bag out from underneath it. And I'll do the same thing on this side. Okay, that is gone, and we've got our printer. All right. So that is, in fact, the front of the printer that you're looking at now. This is the Creality K1 Max. So on top, we have some more packing foam that you may have seen when it was still in the box. We go ahead and lift that out. Okay. Whoop. Plastic part just fell inside when I lifted this out. No, it didn't break anything. Nothing snapped or anything. It was just sitting there. And there's the wiring setup here, and I don't want to mess that up. So I'm going to very gently push that aside so I can lift up on this foam here and remove that. I don't want to break that off. Okay. Pull up. There we go. Looks like this is very well packaged. I'm very happy with that. All right, so this contains our power cord, our screen. At first it looked like a SSD or something. It's the right 3.5mm form factor there, or 2.5 form factor. But that's the screen that'll go on the printer in a moment. Power cord, just grab that. Otherwise, it's just blank foam. The glass that we took out first will go on the top here. I'm just pulling out all of the rest of the stuff. Looks like we've got a box in some packing. So, don't know what this box is. Check that out in a moment. And we've got another box, much lighter, on the very bottom. I'm going to try to pull that up like the rest of the stuff. Looks like it should come out. Oh, nope, that's not going to work. The foam is not shaped that way, so I'm going to have to open the front door in order to see how that works. Kind of curious what's in this here box, so I'm going to go ahead and pull that open first. Looks like we've got some foam indents. It's open on both sides, so I'm just going to go ahead and slide that cardboard over. Up. Given how dense the foam is and whatnot, okay, so there is another box there. I'll just fold that with my thumb so as not move that out. What did they give me here? It is in the box. Okay, so we've got some creality filament. Looks like I get a spool of Hyper PLA white filament. I didn't realize that that was in the box, like at all. I didn't see it mentioned. We get the handle for the door. So that'll go on in just a moment. Set that out. We've got box labeled hot end. I don't know if that's a spare or... Yeah, that's got to be a spare, because there's a hot end with a nozzle, and I can feel that there's a little bit of plastic on the end of the nozzle, which is quite common, because they tested this machine before it left the factory as fully built. It's one of the beauties of having things completely assembled, is that they actually run a full test. I wouldn't be surprised if I found their test print here somewhere. They usually include it, because why wouldn't they? And in this box, oh, that's all our tools. Nice laid out box here. So let's take a quick look at that. So in our little toolbox here, they give us the scraper. Not terribly sharp, but I can always make that a little sharper. They always walk a line between how sharp that scraper is, but I like them really nice and sharp so I can get under the parts and release those. We get a USB flash drive. I imagine we'll find a slicer on there. I doubt we'll end up using this at all, except for to maybe upgrade the firmware. We'll do that before we do anything else, as far as once we get the printer completely set up here. We've got a set of really nice locking, overbuilt. Oh, wait, are they locking or is it just the plastic? All right. Come off, plastic. Oh, they're not locking. But they're pretty nice side cutters here. Good set of dikes. We've got some various Allen keys and